Hesh Sagafi, Liberty Home Mortgage. And what are we talking about today? Income tax refunds and down payments. So I'm doing this video right now in January of 2023. Naturally, this is the beginning of tax return filing season, right? This is when everybody starts filing their tax returns. So the question becomes, for a lot of people out there, can I use my income tax refund towards the down payment on the house? Absolutely, positively, yes. What you have to do, you have to get your tax return filed, of course, okay? On your tax return, it's gonna show you how big your refund is naturally. Let's just pretend you file your return today and you say, Hesh, I'm getting my refund in the next 4 to 6 weeks. You just wanna pay attention that as soon as that refund hits your bank account, do not pull the money out of your bank as cash, stick it in a shoebox under your bed, and then come back in God knows April or May and say, here's the cash from the shoebox, that was my income tax refund. It doesn't work like that. When you get that income tax refund, when it comes into your bank, it's gonna be a direct deposit from the US Treasury. When it says US Treasury on it, it shows the dollar figure, don't touch it. I know a lot of people say, Hesh, but I've got to move it into my other account. Just understand, the more that you move money around, the more confusion that occurs and it gets messier. And for the loan officer who's working on your loan, who's trying to paper trail and follow all of that money, don't move it. And I've had a lot of people say, Hesh, but if I leave it in there, I'm gonna spend it. Okay, we're adults, be an adult, don't spend it, okay? Exercise discipline and self-control. I've got news for you. When you buy a home, home ownership is way more than just a monthly payment. You need to always set a little bit money aside for a rainy day fund. I'll give you an example. The hot water tank explodes in the middle of February, in the middle of the night. That ain't a good feeling, okay? When the temperature or the furnace is not working, or you can't get hot water or whatever it is, okay? So you need to have money for that stuff. Home ownership is a big responsibility. So when that income tax money hits your bank account, leave it, don't touch it. Now, is it possible to get pre-approved based on the money that you're expecting to get on the refund, but you just haven't gotten it yet? Absolutely yes. You can hand me a tax return and say, Hesh, here's my filed return. Remember, you've got to file that return as fast as you can because income tax refunds, they can take anywhere from 1 or 2 weeks to come to 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks to come. You can't, you know, the IRS doesn't call you on the phone or the government doesn't, the Treasury doesn't call you on the phone and say, you're gonna have this exactly on February 12th or something like that. So it becomes difficult for your real estate agent out there if you're waiting on your income tax refund, but you're looking to get into a purchase contract on a house, is how do we set up the closing date if we really don't know when that refund's gonna hit your bank account? So is it possible to get pre-approved before the refund comes? Absolutely. Just understand, if you do find a house, we have to have a closing date set up. Your agent does, because they have to put that into the contract. And it doesn't matter, we do loans in 45 states. It doesn't matter what state you're in. You have to, you should, or you want to have a date that you're closing the transaction on, and you've got to make sure that income tax refund is hitting that bank account before that. And like I always tell people, you don't want that money to come in the morning of the closing. I always tell people I would like to see the funds to close hopefully 5 to 10 days before the closing, because again, you've got to give us your bank statement. I, the loan officer, have to take that and give that to my underwriter. They have to review it and look at it. A lot of people move money around. They deposit cash additionally. They pull money out. They do things that they shouldn't do. And that's why we have to review this stuff. So dropping this on us the day before or the day of a closing typically causes a lot of stress, and more stress for you than stress for us. But you want to understand, you've got to get that money in there as soon as you can. So when it comes to income tax refunds and buying a home, you can absolutely use the refund to buy a home. Understand how much you're getting, understand how much you need, understand that you can get the seller to cover closing costs also, so that helps defray a little bit of that. So pay attention to that. Keep following my videos. Like, subscribe, and share these, especially if you're an agent, share these on your page. And for everybody watching these, subscribe. And if you do have comments, questions, or anything, put them in the comment section. Ask away if you have questions about using your fiance's income tax refund, somebody else's income tax refund, my income tax refund, whoever in the world you're using out there. So keep following, keep paying attention. We'll catch you on the next one.